Hey y'all, and welcome to the Sorry Not Sorry Generation podcast, where we bring you a not so healthy dose of humor and reality as we get our hands dirty with some serious nostalgia and question everything.
Let's dive in.
Hey y'all,
Hey y'all,
it's Misty.
it's Ani.
And today we're back with one of our series. We are watching The Legend of Vox Machina, I believe episodes 3 and 4.
Yes.
And so we're back with the adventures of Vox Machina and Critical Role in the wonderful world of Exandria. Exandria is a bit of a known thing here on not the Sorry Not Sorry generation, considering our D&D campaign is also set in Exandria, though it
nowhere
is
near the Vox
That's
Machina
true.
characters.
It's set in Wildmount in a different time frame, so I think it's set. To be fair, it's set just not too far past the end of campaign 2 with the Mighty Nine, but prior to campaign 3 with the Bell's Hells. So if anybody was curious about that timeline. Okay, so we are watching Legend of Vox Machina episodes 3 and 4 today in our quest for the series. It will literally take us absolutely forever to get to the end of this, especially because they keep releasing new seasons and they have plans to release the Mighty Nine, which will be, I can't wait for that one. Like I really just can't wait for that one. Mostly not because I like the Mighty Nine more than I like Vox Machina, but because that's where our campaign is set in Wildmount, and I want you guys to get to like see the world and all that stuff. So because like that's really cool to me. So, but yeah, so it'll be fun. And maybe one day I'll take you guys to Taldore or something. So after we get through like at least the first season of Vox Machina. So
and we've heard about them, and now we just want to be like them. Maybe who knows?
Vox Machina are like traditional style like D&D heroes, and then the Mighty Nine are more underground heroes, and then the Bell's Hells anti-heroes might be better. They do a lot of shit. Moon might blow up. So yeah.
The moon might blow up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm not entirely caught up on the Bell's Hells and what they're doing, and
Cool.
might be triggering another calamity. So how off canon we get. It depends on whether or not the Bell's Hells trigger another calamity and destroy Exandria. So that's just kind of up to them. So
Cool.
I don't intend to destroy Exandria. So we'll see how that goes. Let Matt break his own world. I'm not gonna break it. I don't want to break it. So, but yeah. So you guys can listen to us banter about D&D mechanics. As I have learned recently, though, Ani watching or going to see something D&D related gives her ideas.
You just figured it out.
Because she just got through going to see the Dungeons and Dragons movie, and then spent quite a bit of time texting me all the shit she wanted to do, asking me if she could do a bunch of weird shit, and then making me have to, for like the next, I don't know, day or two, come up with like, hey, if you mutilate these bodies on a regular basis, I will start making you add like points towards becoming more genuinely evil. And I've had to start trying to come up with like a counter system so she can't just mutilate every body she comes across. So I don't know what was in that D&D movie, but fuck. So, I have not seen that, but I'm pretty sure they probably didn't harvest all of the brains and make golems in the movie.
No, but Val has a book on golems and she needs brains to make a golem, so
I gotta be more careful about what books I give you. Fuck. It was supposed to be a funny book, not a life plan for Valgaria. So,
oh my god.
isn't that, it's the second necromancy style book you guys have, because Asha
Yeah,
has one too,
Asha got the
right?
first one. Yeah, about like your.
I gotta give you guys non-necromantic like books or something like, healing 101, the guide to pixies and rainbows. Like, fuck. Something that's really just not necromancy. I didn't realize I'd given you guys so many necromancy books, but apparently I have.
Clearly, I enjoy it.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's entertaining as hell, I'll tell you that. But me sitting there trying to, like, how am I going to balance with consequences Valkyria actively mutilating bodies on a regular basis? Because no. Like, I'm going to let you get away with being, like, the fucking Hannibal Lecter of, like, Exandria. I was like, no. I was just picturing Valkyria sitting there, like, covered in blood and guts and just looking happy as a clam, and I'm like, no, you're gonna get arrested as a serial murderer and tried in the High Court of Exandria, and they're not nice. So,
Not unless I eat them all.
huh? Why, listeners, tell me why I can picture Valkyria threatening to eat the king of the Dwendalian Empire. Tell me why everyone right now is picturing Valkyria standing in chains in the throne room of the Dwendalian Empire, threatening to eat their king, starting a second international war between Zorhas and Rexentrum, or Dwendalian Empire. And, like, she's not even from Zorhas, but they'll think she is because of the companions she's with. She's gonna start a war without ever having set foot in the country that they're blaming.
I mean,
this campaign gonna get derailed. This is why there's going to be a checks and balances system, and as I put before, consequences for your actions. Because I will not let Valkyria become the fucking Hannibal Lecter of Exandria. No.
Aw.
No eating people.
Aw.
Though, the next iteration of D&D is considering, instead of classifying the different races, instead of as races, as species instead. And somebody's immediate thing to put on there is like, that means if an elf eats a human, it's no longer cannibalism. And I'm like, oh my god. The fact that that was anyone's first thought. Like, just...
I mean...
first thought. And it's just like... okay. Why? Just why?
Why not?
Because cannibalism is wrong, Oni.
This is D&D. Anything is possible.
I mean, you guys are being stalked by a goose, so, like... I mean, I guess it's not really stalking you at this point, as you guys have kind of accepted him, but, like... kind of stalking. Because you can't do anything about him. He is going to show up, and he does probably watch you when you're not paying attention.
Most likely.
So...
he just shows up, does what he wants.
I like how we slowly, have been seeing geese-related things across the internet, and are just adding to Sir Goosington's family.
And it's not just the internet. When I'm out and about, too, I see geese.
Yeah, and it's just like, there's just geese more often now, and I'm like, suspicious. I feel like I've awoken, like, an eldritch horror or something like that in the form of a goose, and it's just plaguing us with geese. And it's just like,
coming.
okay. One day I'm just gonna, like, hear from behind me just deep.
You started it.
I did.
You started the goose uprising.
I've started something awful, and I don't know how to stop it at this point, so... oh, well, this has been derailed already. Not that that's
Nothing
a surprise. Like, we've been technically sitting here for recording for an hour, and I've just started recording, so... and we haven't even started the show, so...
no.
But, like, look, we get derailed in every episode. We're gonna especially get derailed watching a D&D campaign set in the world of our D&D campaign while talking about D&D campaigns.
We're on the same subject. Just
it's all subject matter related, but just also adjacent. So it's been
fine.
It's fine. It's fine. And if anybody is here expecting us to keep on track of what we're talking about, then
They are clearly listening to the wrong podcast.
they've clearly never listened to us before, that's for sure. All right. Let's go,
Shall
girl.
we begin? All right.
Episode 3 of...
3.
we're in Whitestone. Well, that's Percy before his hair went white. Look at his large,
I
happy
know.
family. Yeah, a lot of shit happens to the Dorollos when the Briarwoods show up. The worst part is that dinner that they're having was in honor of the Briarwoods because they'd come to visit. From Wildmount, by the way.
Great.
Yeah, from the Dwendalian Empire, to be... Oh, poor Percy's having nightmares about his traumatic childhood. Oh, and we see his plague mask.
I love him.
Yeah. He's so dramatic. She's like, bad dream, and he's like, is there any other kind? I'm like, Percy, you emo gothic bitch. Like, I love you, but holy fuck.
Bitch.
Like, holy fuck. Like, the most interesting part about Percy, too, is he's such an emo gothic person, and yet he dresses with all of the refinery of a high king and with all of the proper wordage of one. And it's just like, you are a contradiction.
Oh, he's great. I love how emo he is. Like, it's
Oh, yeah.
one of my favorite
Percy
things
is
about him.
easily like one of the best characters Critical Role has ever produced. Then again, that's just Taliesin. Some of the best characters ever to come out of like Critical Role are just Talieson's characters. You could just assume whatever character Taliesin has is going to be a crowd favorite. He has either the top or like in the top 2 of my favorite character of every campaign. So Taliesin is just, he's very good at this. And all of his characters are wildly different too.
Good morning, Keyleth.
I like how they really don't explain how suddenly they just have a house.
Oh,
like
no, it does. At the end of episode 2, remember they gave them a place to set up shop?
Yeah, and like it's just such a short little like, hey, by the way, here's a fucking house. It's just like, and then suddenly they have not a house, but what looks like in the show a fucking castle.
It looks like a full-on tavern.
That too. Vexa, she's just hugging a full ass.
And look how like dilapidated this whole place is.
It is. They have done nothing to fix it. And Lady Alora, she's just like,
anybody here?
It's like, you guys didn't clean anything?
And just blow shit up right next door. It's fine. Did you bring the house or no? You have a dinner date tonight. Oh shit, that shit's tonight? Sounds like me. This is the kind of shit that Val should not be introduced to.
Val meeting Vox Machina. Fuck.
Who do you think would be her BFF?
Scanlan. Scanlan and Val together. There is no I don't think Matt Mercer himself could stop y'all.
I was thinking about that. I'm like, I feel like it would be him.
Percy or Scanlan?
Scanlan.
Scanlan, yeah. Yeah, Val and Scanlan together. Oh, good lord. I like how they've been invited to a ball. And it's just like, Percy has to take you shopping because you are not dressed or understand what the fuck you should be wearing.
No, not at all. We don't know what the hell we're doing.
They are all dressed pretty nicely. You know, I question pieces of Scanlan's outfit. Oh, it's Matt. I love when they would just put random NPCs in as Matt. It's like, technically, he's every NPC.
Right?
But Keyleth should know what to wear, more or less. And so, and Scanlan definitely should, so.
Yeah, he definitely should know.
Vex and Vax should technically also know. Their dad is an ambassador, so like, but I don't think he really ever included them in anything, so. They're half elves, and that's a shame, so.
Who's supposed to get drunk from fucking champagne? You're not. You're not.
Especially considering the size of Grog. But yet Pike is out drinking him.
Yeah.
Pike and her little gnomish self.
Reginald, what in the world?
Scanlan just like pretending to be scandalized by things that didn't happen. Percy
and everyone's like, I don't get it.
Percy looks so excited.
He looks he's about to shit himself.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, you turned around and saw the murderers of your entire family and the people who tortured you for a very long time, you'd probably lose your shit too. So,
Can't fault you there. And he has no weapons. Oh, baby.
yeah, of all people not to have any magic, like Percy would have killed them in that instance.
Just out of nowhere. Welcome, Mr. and Mrs. Briar Wood. Well, never mind. They seem to have died.
And it's the interesting thing is like at this point, I'm not sure they really knew a whole lot about who Percy was.
Mm-hmm.
So like this was very surprising to everyone. It's just like, what's going on?
My safe words, mommy. Shut up, Scanlan.
It's not really the best safe word for Scanlan.
No.
I
No,
feel like he
because he
would
will
say it
want
more
more.
often.
Exactly. We know Scanlan so well. Seats for the Sovereign's Dragon Slayers.
Yeah, make Percy sit directly across the people who murdered him. Like, yeah, that's great.
But do they know?
I think they would probably recognize him. Yeah, like he wasn't. It was a
No, the
while ago.
Sovereign. The
Oh, the
Sovereign.
sovereign. No, the
Yeah.
sovereign. The
So they have
sovereign
no
knows.
clue.
The sovereign knows something happened in Whitestone, but every emissary they send to Whitestone for the past several years has
Doesn't
just not
come
come
back.
back.
Yeah.
So they just quit sending people.
Awkward silence ensues.
Mm-hmm. It's like, Uriel, are you aware you're sitting next to a vampire? Like, are you aware of that? He's just staring like a
Staring like a
perv.
perv. No, he's not. I'm
She's just
bothered.
throwing things at him to try and get his
Yeah.
attention.
Hey! No.
Keyless, why are you eating with the gloves on? That's weird. I don't hate Grog's idea either. Punch them in the face, see what happens. Vex is literally the only one trying to be subtle. She's got like her fan in front of her face, so people can't see her talking and everything like that. And then Vax is just walking around sneaking into shit. So, though to be fair, he's very good at it. There's a reason he's a rogue. So, it was very sneaky.
That poor servant looks like he hasn't like slept in months.
Probably hasn't, and he probably gets his blood sucked a lot too.
Probably.
I was gonna say, when would the guards not notice the snake that was like coming up to them?
That was so easy to pickpocket. I mean,
Yeah.
to pick the lock.
He does roll really well, like for lock picking. Val getting the genuine ability to lockpick is going to be an interesting situation.
Lies spread by drunks and knaves.
Oh, isn't everybody
Vampire
glad
cast compulsion.
Yeah, isn't everybody glad that Asha isn't a full vampire?
Yeah. She. If you think Val gets into shit, imagine Asha being full vamp and not having most of her morality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would be scary.
Yeah. No. Yes, you have, but no. Delilah. Beads? I've never seen you wear. Ew.
Different kind of beads, Keyleth. Different kind of beads.
They go where you can't see them.
Yeah. And you don't want to know about them, Keyleth, girl.
No, you really don't.
I know that snake belt has a name. Like they named the snake. I just don't remember what it is.
Snake belt.
There. And Vax, dear, how unsubtle is that? You just took everything in it and threw it out on the floor. Like people are gonna know you went in there.
Oh, look at all
That's
the
creepy as shit.
magic shit.
And how
Dark
long does it
magic.
take him to do this? They go through a whole dinner.
And Vax is in there. Yeah. Tell me, how did you take Whitestone?
Oh yes, a
Rare
disease called
disease, my-
vampirism.
A rare disease, my ass.
They abandoned their
Their people.
people. after
to
their
rot.
children raided the treasury. Are you fucking kidding me? She's like, excuse us for a moment. Literally, all Percy would really have to do is say who he was, like in that moment. Like,
You don't get it. Well, fucking tell me so I can get it. I love how his glasses just go white.
yeah, very anime style.
Oh, you got what you came for?
And you don't see Silas's reflection in the mirror.
Dun dun dun! Finding the boy was unexpected. Pillow mints, right? You're a handsome couple. He has to
Vax, don't
flirt
just
with everything.
immediate flirt with them. What are you gonna do if they take you up on the offer?
What do you mean, why didn't Percy tell you? Like, come on, who's gonna open up about that shit?
He has known them for at least a little while. Like, you can't tell us your last name, Percy? You have so many.
Oh, my beads of love.
Oh, Scanlan.
I just love that when they actually, like, played the campaign,
Mhm.
this is how he would communicate.
Oh, he
Just
sang a
bust into
lot.
song.
He sang a lot in campaign 1. And most of it was like off the top of his head, too.
Yummy. Now, is Vax infected or just
No,
woundy?
you have to go through there's a process for
Okay.
that. So he did jump out a giant window though, and Celias did not have any issues following.
Nope. And there's that twins bond.
Look how they just pull the guard out and just throw him here. Poor Matt in his many iterations.
There's many iterations. Every NPC. Oh, that's Matt.
Yeah. I think he is the voice of Silas too. Like at the moment. Like obviously he is in the campaign, but I think he's the voice of Silas at the moment too.
Is he? Let's see.
Have you ever watched anime music videos?
Yes.
They have some damn good ones of The Legend of Vox Machina.
Ooh.
I'll
All
have to
right.
send you a couple because some of them are really good. No one kills Vax but me. Oh, Grog.
Okay, Grog.
Vax got his ass handed to him.
Yeah, poor Vax.
There's
We
not a
are.
lot you could do against a necromancer and a vampire all at the same time.
See, this is the kind of shit Val wants to have.
Which part? The gun, the
Necromancy.
vampire, the necromancy? The necromantic shit comes from Delilah.
Yes, this is Matt. He is Silas.
I thought so.
The fucking Bruiser's going up against him and isn't winning.
Yeah, the weapon that Silas has absorbs energy from the blood that it draws, which makes it a really hard thing to go against Grog.
This is terrible.
And
Scanlan
Scanlan is over there just having a great sing-off time.
Scanlan is making sweet love to food,
Yes, he is. Why his
and
friends nearly die.
everyone is very, very appalled.
Yeah. Well, some people are appalled. Some people are enjoying the performance quite a
True.
bit.
True.
Yeah.
Oh no, not
sword,
Grog.
yeah, the sword gains a lot of energy from
Blood.
yeah, and like it takes. I think it's a necromantic ability where it takes the HP that like the damage it does to you. I think it heals him, or it powers up the sword. It's
Probably
been a
power with the
while.
sword. Uh-oh.
So to be clear, Val wants to do that creepy shit.
Yeah.
There's no. I was gonna say there's no denial even on your face. The weird, creepy thing where it looks like all the bones in your fingers break as you send magic out.
Yeah. Most I just want everything to be with the shadows.
Fair. Keyleth kicking ass. It's a wall of vines.
I did as you ordered. Bite me. You're always welcome back home. Oh, you didn't. Oh.
And now he's turning on his friends.
And Pike is having an existential crisis.
Yeah, her holy symbol's broken. And the darkness is going to start taking over Percy.
Now, is he a warlock?
He's
Sharpshooter?
mainly a fighter sharpshooter, but he has a warlock pack, yes.
Yes, that's what.
He's both. He is multi-class at this point.
Yes. Yes, interrogate the poor soul at gunpoint.
As weird, creepy demon smoke comes around you.
That's the kind of shit I want Val to do, is that creepy smoke.
And everybody's just like, what the fuck is he doing right now with the weird plague mask? Shot all of the fingers off that dude's hand.
Poor guy.
Well,
And you can see the demon.
I believe his name is Orthoax. Also, Percy, out of every campaign, Percy has the best lines that Taliesin came up with. Like, they're so good and just so badass. Like, who just automatically thinks when they're pointing something at somebody's like, your soul is forfeit? Like, that's such a good fucking line.
Scanlan.
Scanlan is just covered in pie, and he's just like, I had a great time. What happened?
So I think, ah, shit. I love how short they are, and also, like, at the same time, it just completely throws me off.
What does? The
How
episodes?
short they are. Yeah.
Yeah. 22 episodes is the average length of an anime episode.
I know. But I'm, like, so into it. I'm like, I want
Yeah.
more.
It's really funny because that event took place probably over multiple, like, campaign sessions of 4+ hours.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's probably like
I
12
believe that.
hours worth of video footage. Because the Vox Machina campaign is well over 100 episodes.
Damn.
Yeah. Both of their campaigns so far have been over 100 episodes. Though the Mighty Nine one is for campaign 2 is technically longer, but they didn't start filming Vox Machina at the very beginning of the campaign. They'd been doing it for a little while first before they decided to start filming it. So there's less episodes for Vox Machina, though there's probably technically more content if you include the sessions they did before they'd made it a live stream.
Okay. You're confined to
And
your keep.
Vox Machina is being put under house arrest. Why would you listen to the Briarwoods? You guys already had suspicions that it was weird that nobody was coming in or out of the city.
And you're gonna
also, you're just high-speed tailing it out of the city. It takes days, many days to get all the way from Amon to Whitestone.
They have my book! What do you mean they have the means to retrieve the book? As in they can just accio that shit, it'll come to them?
It depends on what kind of book she's referring to. If she's, I can't remember. I think she's a wizard. Hang on. Depends on what Delilah Briarwood's class is. Oh, she is a wizard. Okay. All of Delilah's spells come from a book, basically.
Right.
And she has to have the book in order to cast all of her spells. But if you are a wizard and you lose your book, there are rituals you can perform to recreate it.
Okay.
Depending on, like, your subclass, what the DM allows, things like that too. So
Alright.
So, but all wizards have to have a book. That's another thing. The difference between a sorcerer and a wizard is the wizards have to find their spells, study the spells, write their spells in their own spell book, and pay a bunch of gold to keep the spell, basically. So, but they also have the most extensive list of spells they can learn too.
Get your hands off my instrument! I just want to serenade the groove. No one's trying to escape, man.
He does not joke.
No, he does not.
I love that tiefling behind him struggling to hold Grog's axe.
Oh, it hurts. Can you read that? Because I can't.
Mm-mm.
Now, does Keyless just, like, walk around with a bag of dirt on her?
She, like most druids, collects seeds and dirts and things like that. So, because druid crafting, which is a cantrip, works on a lot of different things. So, hey, if you go to Whitestone, they don't technically answer to Uriel. So,
right? Where'd you go? She's what she said. Clearly, Pike is not mentally there.
No, her holy symbol's broken, man. She is
Yeah.
having a crisis.
Yep. I just started translating, and he's bitching about the handwriting. I mean, I would too because that's just how we do. But, lol.
Now they're just having a flip off war, or they're flipping each other off.
Yeah, we need to talk, all of us. Percival, no,
It's like, do you think to mention the Briar was killing your family? No. Would you like to mention the fact that you're possessed by a demon? No.
no, we don't need to. You don't. It's a need to know basis. My weapon burns black
Everybody kind of saw the weird shadow, Percival.
powder. We saw you shoot an innocent. It's like you.
And it's just like, to be fair, you guys keep calling him a boy. He looked like he was simultaneously 80 and 180. So it's like, you don't know anything about what happened to my family. It's like, well, you would if you would just fucking talk to us.
Right? Like we would understand if you actually told us. And now he's finally telling them.
finally telling them about how they came from Wildmount, and then they went through the whole city and they slaughtered literally everyone who just fucking got in their way. Slaughtered all of his siblings, both older and younger, because he wasn't the oldest. And then they tortured him and his sister Cassandra. Cassandra was the youngest in the family, I believe. And they tortured them both. Cassandra managed to untie herself, and she released him, and they escaped, and she was shot down in the escape, and he kept running away, assuming that she was dead.
Yeah, he saw her fall, like get knocked down.
She got shot by a lot of arrows, to be fair. Like,
yeah. You take me to the night. They are at a graveyard.
they broke into a graveyard, Delilah and Silas. I like how
And
they just label her talking as like a foreign language. It just
chanting in
says chanting in foreign
language.
language. Yeah, the language of magic and death. You know, that foreign language everybody learns.
Yeah, you know that one.
It is.
Vikor Brahma Utsaka. I heard Victor. It's
And
an
now
old
Vox
keep.
Machina's walking around finding out their keep has secret passages.
I mean, are you surprised? I'm not. Keyleth can make sunlight or light. Come on.
It depends on what kind of cantrip she has and
Yeah.
whether or not she has sunlight as a spell prepared or has access to it at this level. Fucking duck. I don't really think you need to throw them around. So they've been separated at this point. It's taking like 4 people to put Grog in a room. And Keyleth and Percy have been put in a room together.
What if we get hungry? Eat a fucking. Where are we supposed to get a sandwich from?
How am I supposed to cut anything that goes for the sandwich? I mean, they put Percy with Keyleth, which are 2 vastly opposite ends of the spectrum. Like, Percy is currently losing his mind a little, and Keyleth is.
He's succumbing to the darkness.
Yeah, and Keyleth is like the most light person that there is, but also the most anxious child on the planet. So, an interesting combination. But they are great friends, though. So, though technically, Keyleth should still be able to wild shape and escape if she wants to. Turn into a bug or something. Though she wouldn't have much reason just to escape by herself.
Well, recon.
And Pike is praying to the Everlight.
Everlight, talk to me.
Interesting that their keep even comes with a temple. It's really interesting how many gods Vox Machina just meets. Like, imagine just meeting like a bunch of gods, like everybody from Jesus to Zeus. And it's just like,
Yeah. I love how she's sweating while she's praying. Like, this should not be that arduous.
It's got a lot of energy and magic it takes to do it.
You always talk in your sleep.
Yeah, she was kneeling at an altar, but definitely sleeping. Also, does anybody actually expect to be able to keep Grog locked in a room that doesn't have like a stone and metal door barring it?
I was
like...
gonna say, why doesn't he just like knock the door down?
Grog ate the ashes of Pike's ancestors.
Yeah, he's like, what kind of spices are these? Those are the ashes. Grog.
Pike is not having a
Aw.
good day. He's hugging Grog.
When
And Grog's
people
reaction
can't
is like, well, if she can't hear you, speak louder.
He's like, I don't get it.
I love the Pike and Grog's friendship. Like, it's so sweet. And they've known each other for so long. And she cares so much about him, but he also, like, in his own way, shows how much he cares about her, which is just as much.
Oh, it's a werewolf person. Wolf man.
He also kind of looks like an ape to me.
Yeah.
Okay, that's creepy.
Yummy.
Something just stuck its hand through your friend's chest and crushed him to
And
death against a wall.
you got
That's
grabbed.
gross. And all of Vox Machina is unarmed.
Yep.
I love how Percy just like zero hesitations, like they locked him in the best room possible, and he just hits a button and just more guns just everywhere. It's like, here's the guns. Keela, sweetie, telling Percy you might never see your family again. You know, like, okay, you're talking to somebody who won't see his family again.
Yeah.
But then again, she can't go home unless she completes her aramente. So I think that's how you pronounce that.
Yeah, her
But
arm.
she can't go home until she completes it.
So even if she has the chance to, she might never get to. She doesn't complete it.
Her mom died completing it. So see, Percy's can be such an ass, but he's such a supportive asshole.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, your family's still alive. Mine's dead.
Fan out, don't separate. Aw, poor Trinket. Poor Trinket's so scared. And something just stuck its claws in the back of that dude's head. No wonder Trinket's scared.
Trinket's like, I'm stuck here and I can't run. Like, someone please let me go.
It's like, please let him go. Grog, do your Grog thing. I love it. Scalen's getting cheese on an ancient magical book. I like how Keyleth and Percy have already just separately escaped.
And what did you do? We've been stuck in here all day.
Just like, we've been here. It's like 5 people are dead. If you didn't kill them, who did? I don't know. You guys were the ones who were watching us, so
Right? It's not us.
isn't that creepy?
They
Like
look
an
like
undead
the
race.
girls. I was gonna say they look like the girls from The Ring.
Yeah, they do. Though possibly creepier. Oh, and
There.
these are the things that Delilah sent after the book.
Oh, they went in her. Goddamn.
Ew, isn't that gross?
Yeah. There you go. She's a bunny now.
She's a jackalope, I think.
Yeah. You can't kill a wraith with a knife. They're already dead.
At least a non-magical knife you can't.
Into the light. Nope.
Scanlan and Vex are not doing well. They just have this
Just
black
black.
ichor just coming all the way down them.
A trigger? Ew.
They hand her a crossbow.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
It's in Keyleth.
Keyleth has
It
been possessed and is being dragged up a wall. I mean,
like
if you
can't
smash
Grog
anything
just
hard
grab
enough,
them and like crush their head?
they're not technically fully corporeal, so you can't really touch them without
Uh-oh.
something magical. That's why the weapons aren't working, because you have to have a magical weapon to attack something like that.
Gotcha.
Which, interestingly enough, none of you guys in the campaign have magical weapons. So if I throw ghosts at you, you have to use actual magic and spells to do something about it.
Can I imbue magic into a weapon? No.
Nope.
Okay.
There are spells for that, but you guys don't have them. Like Shillelagh, which is a druid spell, and I think another class. Everybody's got black ichor coming down their face, and Pike can't access the Everlight's magic.
Keyleth is having a fucking meltdown.
I would do with all that shit going on. And that one's trying to eat Percy.
Percy's like, prove yourself, Keyleth. There you go.
That's my
Whole
girl,
bunch of light.
Keyleth.
Oh, look at these things just turn into boils and disappear.
The wonders of the daylight spell when used properly. And that thing just beats its own head against a wall.
And now we got an arrow through it because they're more corporeal.
Uh-huh.
Look at that. Stab, 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 stab.
Dagger, dagger, dagger. I like how that thing just swiped a bunch of times, like, it didn't hit that guy at all. And Grog's gonna beat somebody to death with a chandelier.
Yep. Percy just punching the shit out.
Percy needs therapy.
Percy
like,
is
a
just
lot of
corpse stomping
therapy.
this thing. There you go. Grog takes the head off.
Percy just needs so much therapy. It was a lot of magic all at once.
Yeah.
It's not very often you get to use the daylight spell to the effectiveness in which it was intended. Especially because technically the daylight spell doesn't produce sunlight.
Just
However,
bright light.
yeah, which is the dumbest fucking thing for a spell called daylight. I believe Matt Home like changed the rules so that it was sunlight that it was producing, because it doesn't make any fucking sense that a spell called daylight doesn't produce sunlight.
Right.
I've seen like definitely many campaigns that have that issue of fighting the undead. It's like, well, the daylight spell technically doesn't produce sunlight. It's just like there's no spell that produces sunlight.
The sun
So
spell, I don't know.
yeah, and then there's weapons that do, but it's just like it's really stupid if a spell called daylight doesn't produce daylight.
Right.
It's just like, okay, that doesn't make any sense.
Percy's leaving to Whitestone.
And Percy's just like,
He's leaving, thinking no one's gonna
he's
see him.
leaving, and Vox Machina is just like, and you think we're not going with you because why? It's just like, we're going with you basically whether you like it or not. So it's like, imagine Val just trying to go off on her own, just like the level of
And
shit she would get.
Like, Jazz would just fucking pick her. Like, she'd probably tackle her, Val and then pick her up and like haul her by her tail and go in the direction of where they're supposed to go.
Yeah, just be like, just pick you up, drag you along, just like, yeah, you're going with us. Oh, Scanlan got his loot back. That's cool.
Where's Trinket?
Trinket's coming. He has a little home dome and a gym that Vexalia wears.
Ah. Okay. Pike's not going.
So Pike leaving to go to the temple is how they explained the fact that Ashley Johnson had work and she had to constantly leave and couldn't be there for a lot of the sessions.
Yeah. Aww.
And her ability to like learn astral projection and like produce herself wherever she needs to be is their ability of like how to explain her coming back when she was available.
She finally got to talk to the Everlight.
Mm-hmm. And she's like in whatever temple that she needs to be in and is astral projecting herself forward. Oh, and Scanlan and Grog are so sad that she's not there.
Well, she's sad too.
I don't even know what temple she goes to. I don't remember if she went to the one that's on the other continent or not.
Oh.
I mean, like, campaign 1 came out like a long fucking time ago. So like
we will find out next time.
True. I can't remember if she goes to the one that's in the other continent, or if there's a Temple of the Everlight in Taldore, because the Everlight is like a lesser known deity. So
we get to meet one of my favorite characters in episode 5.
we've met Gilmore before.
Oh no, that's right. We met Gilmore.
Yeah. We've met Gilmore before. I love Gilmore. People were really surprised that Matt wasn't going to voice Gilmore. Yeah, and it's like, no, he wanted, but he said that he wanted somebody that had like a genuine accent for Gilmore. And so he wanted to like hand the reins off, and he said he knew that going in, like before they started like for the show and everything like that. If they did, he wanted to hand the reins off to it. But people were really surprised because Gilmore is like Matt's all-time favorite like wizard boy. Matt makes wonderful wizard boys. I will say that. Like every fucking campaign, there's always one fantastic wizard boy. And then except for in campaign 3. Campaign 3's wizard boy is trying to destroy the moon, so. But campaign 1 and 2 have very delightfully good-looking wizard boys. So. Because Essek is campaign 2's wizard boy. So.
I can't wait to meet Essek. Cannot wait to meet Essek.
Oh, I can't wait for you guys to meet Essek. Oh, delightful. So I can't wait for you guys to like journey through Wildmount and like get to see all the different places and do all the different things.
Yeah,
and, like,
finally leave the fucking north.
Yeah, like I've got interesting, horrific, and just downright delightful things planned for you guys. So
all the good things.
Oh yeah, all the good things. Just sit there some days just thinking, so how do I emotionally scar my best friends? Just like, how do I traumatize and delight a pair of people? Like, how am I going to do that? How am I going to like do something you guys really enjoy and then later traumatize the shit out of you? So
you will find a way.
I'm sure. It's all about emotionally connecting you to your characters and then doing devastating shit.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
gonna be fun.
You guys like the little tiefling girls, and then I made them very ill. So
You, you,
I did. Me. I did.
just so
So
so mean, but
I
I love it.
know. It's so much fun. I love planning shit. But the thing that gets me, because like I plan like all the shit out, and then like I just know it'll be at least months before you get to something. Because I like, am I planning the things that you're doing in the next two sessions? No. Am I planning things you'll do like at level 14? Yeah. It's just like,
Yeah, why not?
yeah. So it's just like, okay,
We'll get
okay.
there. We'll fucking
It's
get
like
there.
it's like we'll get there. We'll get there. So I swear to God, if there's something ever happens and we don't like get to the end of this campaign, I'm writing everything out because like I spent too much time and energy like not having people understand the ending of this campaign. So it's just like the overarchingness of the campaign. So but I have some fun things planned for you guys, after the every time I traumatize you guys, I try to do something fun. So or vice
I
versa.
mean, you
Every
gotta
time
you
you
gotta
have
keep things spicy. That's how it works.
Yeah, every time you have fun, I traumatize you later. So,
I
you
mean,
know, it just
what more can
depends.
you expect?
It just depends. So what did you think of episodes 3 and 4 of The Legend of Vox Machina?
Oh, shit's just getting good, and
Yeah,
I'm
it's interesting that the Briarwood arc is like ASAP because
it hits you out of fucking left field. It's like, oh,
it is
okay.
literally like it starts in episode 3 and like it's so many episodes into the first campaign and it's just like and whatever they were doing before they started recording the campaign but like
Mhm.
it's just so many episodes into the first campaign and here it's already here's episode 3 the Briarwood arc and I'm like oh okie dokie.
Oh, we're going there now.
It's just
Okay.
like I wasn't prepared for Delilah Briarwood in episode 3. So, but I love Percy so much. Him and his gothic emo drama.
It's gothic, even if he's so. Oh,
But he has some of the best lines though. Like my god, and some of the stupidest lines. Like one of Talison's famous quotes, which is from Percy's "Life needs things to live," and it's just like such the dumbest fucking quote. It's true, but
yeah.
also,
Life needs things to live. Yes, yes, it
and it's
does.
just like yes, but also, really? This is the same person who at some point yells at somebody, "Your soul is forfeit," and like that's such a
You're
metal line. And then it's just like, oh, Percy, 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 Percy. You have the
Percy,
coolest and the
Percy.
stupidest lines all in one, and I love you for it. So, but he's such a serious, like dramatic person, and then just such a weirdo and a dork all at once. So
And a dork all at
he
once.
is a huge dork, though. Like I love him, but he's a huge dork. Like the amount of times he spends in like tinkering with things and like inventing new things and like all this, which is and like he made guns basically, and it's just like, oh Percy, like if you of all things to
He
make,
made guns.
like he
Yes.
invented guns. Like to be fair, so they made it wasn't. I don't think it was a subclass in D&D sharpshooter when Critical Role became because they didn't start as a D&D campaign. I believe they started as a Pathfinder campaign and that has a
Okay.
sharpshooter. That's why in the beginning of the campaign when they're airing it where like they have like under everybody like they have the name of their character and then like the subclass or like the class of their character and his wasn't fighter, it was gunslinger, and I
Uh huh.
think that was a holdover from being a Pathfinder game in the beginning. So,
Okay.
um, and so then they just kind of made Gunslinger for him because obviously you can't just go changing Percy's entire repertoire of what he does. So, but
No, we can't just completely change that. Okay.
no, but and then like you have to make the bullets, you have to find the black powder for the bullets, like, and in a world that doesn't have guns, finding black powder is really hard. And it's just like, why would people have black powder if they don't have like things that go boom, like
Yeah.
though you've got cannonballs and stuff like that. So like it's out there in the world, just not easy to come by. And then you have to make the bullets and all of
Yeah,
that
we just
fun
because we saw
stuff.
Did we see Percy making bullets?
We saw him making guns. I don't think we've seen him
Okay.
making bullets,
Bullets.
but he definitely
Okay.
does at some point. So he kind of has to. He can't go buy them from anyone because he made them in the first place. So,
Yeah, that's fair.
but yeah, I love Vox Machina. I love the Legend of Vox Machina. It's really good. It's really just kind of nice to see it in like a more comprehensive way that doesn't take 100+ episodes to watch. Like
Yeah.
watching the live stream is great, and it's really awesome. But with every D&D campaign, and as you've experienced, it takes you 4 hours to go through a 24-hour period in like in game. So like it takes forever to do stuff. so like you
Yeah.
know. All right. Uh Final Legend of Vox Machina episodes 3 and 4 thought.
Hmm.
Has your opinion of any of the characters changed since the first 2 episodes?
I'm liking Keyleth more.
Okay,
She still needs to grow some balls, but we're getting there.
fair,
I don't really have much of an opinion as of yet for Pike.
fair.
Obviously, I love Vox.
Vax, the
Vax,
dude.
sorry, yes.
Yeah.
I'll get it right. Uh,
Well, like it's not like it's easy to like it's Vax and Vex, and that's just confusing.
yeah, and then
So
we have Vox Machina. It's
yeah,
so
it's
much.
Vax, Vex, and Vox. And it's just like oh. So I
What else?
definitely knew going in, like you would love Vax. Like that was I knew that. I knew that before you ever watched the show, before the show came out. Like I
You
bet
just
Ani would like
knew.
Vax. Oh yeah, like
You
I bet
just
Ani would
knew.
like Vax. It's just like just an obvious thing to be fair. So and just like people surprised that Keyleth is my favorite. So because usually like I have a very fine line of like the type of female characters that I like, and
Uh huh.
usually Keela's personality type would line up with the kind that I can't stand, like the way Orihime and Hinata and like in some ways Lucy from Fairy Tale like just kind of grate on my nerves because it's just like useless woman who should
Yeah.
not be useless. But Keyleth isn't useless, and that's the thing. It is like Keyleth has
No,
the
Keyleth is not useless, but she has a long way to go.
Keyleth is just very insecure, and like that I can definitely accept that more than I can like Hinata and Orihime, who should be powerful and are just not, but not for good reasons. Keyleth, at least when she has a fault and like when she's has her weaker moments, she has reasons and it's given.
Uh huh.
Hinata and like Orihime are literally just there to be there to fill a stereotypical role of female in danger, male hero must rescue. And that pisses me
I
off.
see.
And Keyleth is not like that. Keyleth is powerful in her own right. She just has to learn. She just has to grow. She just has to like come into her own basically. And like I can accept that coming into your own story hell of a lot better than I can accept literally female created to fill vacant role to support lead hero dude. Like
Yeah.
yeah. Like Lucy
It's
from
not.
Fairy
It's not your.
Tale has her moments of being very powerful, but they're always in the absence of Natsu. It's always when he's not there. She's never powerful when he's there, and it pisses me off so much. Also, it also pisses me off that all of her abilities are literally summoning other things to fight for her.
Yeah.
And it's just
The
like
celestial keys. Uh huh.
yeah, and it's just like I get later on like she gains abilities too, so that when she summons them, they both have abilities and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. But it takes so long to get to that part, and she still doesn't do a whole lot.
I know.
Frustrating.
What was it? Uh the one thing with Lucy that really like hurt
Yeah,
was the whole thing with Aquarius.
fair. That's
Aquarius is a bitch.
yeah,
But oh.
yeah, that's fair. Especially when you learn Aquarius was her mom's, like Lucy's mom's spirit,
Yeah!
and it's just like, oh, okay. But it also
Oh.
it explains their relationship better and like why Aquarius doesn't really like Lucy, but at the same time, like she has to protect Lucy and like all this other stuff too. So
Snape. It's like Snape. No, I know it's not like Snape.
mm,
I know.
The question would be, is Aquarius a child abuser?
No,
And
Aquarius
I'm
is.
not sure the answer is yes, but I'm not sure the answer is no, because she has tried to drown Lucy.
She has.
So
Yes, she has tried to drown Lucy because Lucy needs to learn a couple fucking lessons.
Aquarius has never worked for a megalomaniac genocidal psycho, though, so there's
This
that.
is true. This is true.
There is that. But Lucy is. I like Lucy. It just irritates me that she can do her own shit, but the second a dude is around, she can no longer do her own shit.
Yeah, she just kind of goes, I forgot how to do all the things. Like, no,
And
you
for
didn't.
some reason ends up naked every other scene. And it's just like, girl,
Yeah, she's
why?
always somehow naked, and it's like, child, why?
Like, and for the stupidest reasons. Like, you can tell the author just wants excuses to do that. And it's just like, why, though? Like, you don't need to do that. Like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, like, there's like, Hinata and Orihime are bottom tier, like, useless women who are created for a role. Then Lucy is the next level up. Is useless in ways, can take care of herself in ways, like, that in between stage. And then there's Keyleth, who is insecure about what she can do, but can actually do a lot of shit. Doesn't matter who's around, like, whether it's a dude, a chick, like, whatever, a fucking dragon. Like, she just has to learn to trust her own abilities more. And I like the arc and character growth that Keyleth goes through. It's just that you have to understand, when you're looking at Keyleth, that that's what's happening. Is it's a genuine character arc that takes place over a significant amount of time. And I always felt really bad for Marisha Ray, because people just gave her
Is that the voice
so
of
much,
Keyleth?
yeah,
Okay.
so much shit for Keyleth, and people called Keyleth useless all the time. And there's
She's
still
not useless. She has to grow. She's a baby. She's what, 18?
I think it's varies. I'm not really sure. I know she was really young, but she's also, like, she's going on this trip for her Aramanthe, and that she has to beat, she has to go conquer the thing that killed her mother. And, like, that would
Yeah.
just make anybody super insecure. She's leaving home. She has to do this, or her people, like, she can't, like, inherit the title of leader from her people. And all while trying to figure out what to do, and, like, grow into her own abilities. And, like, she just has really bad anxiety.
Like,
Like,
y'all need to give her some slack, man.
yeah, and, like, people used to give her so much shit, just so much shit. And I just don't think it's valid,
Fair.
because you have to look at Keyleth from start to finish and just understand that this is Marisha Ray really just started actual character growth in the actual amount of time that it would take, and not just decided that today, well, she's more confident now that she's at level 12 or whatever. Like, it's just, and that's a hard thing to do. Like, that's a hard thing to let go, like, to take the time to take every single step like that with a character, and not just get to the point you want to get to. So, but she did it very, very well and was very successful with it. It's just that some people don't take that for the value that it is. So,
well, they can go suck it.
Yeah. So, because Keyleth is my favorite, because I enjoy the overarching character arc, and then just the sheer amount of effort that Marisha Ray put into Keyleth. Like, I just think more people should appreciate Keyleth. So, because she's pretty badass. Anybody who can turn into a fucking dragon is pretty fucking cool. So,
right? It's like, I don't think you want to piss her off, because she will turn into a dragon and probably
she'll just eat you, and then you're not a problem anymore.
Like, I don't know what you're gonna expect from that.
It's like, okay, like, you piss her off, and she's just going to turn into a dragon and eat you. So,
like, I don't know what you were expecting.
Yep.
Sorry.
Just like, okay, bye. So,
Just bye. Someone's dinner now.
I like the arc of, like, the Briarwood arc and everything like that. So I'm looking forward to seeing it, because, like, I watched the first, I think, 4+ episodes of this series before I stopped watching it, and I definitely didn't finish season 1.
Okay.
Not for any particular reason, but I didn't finish season 1, and then we got to talking, and, like, about having it on the podcast,
Yeah.
and then way down the line actually did it on the podcast. So I think we were talking about it like way before we actually started doing
It
this.
took us a while, but we
Yeah.
got there.
Yeah, so I watched I think the first 4 to 6-ish episodes, I think, but I know a lot about Vox Machina. It's been a while. So since I've seen anything from Vox Machina, so but because I started watching Critical Role with the start of campaign 2 and
Oh.
so like everything I've seen from Vox Machina I had to go back and watch. So I've definitely seen the most of campaign 2. And
I've seen none of these campaigns. I mean,
yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
I finished season 1 of Vox, but I mean, I don't remember half the
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. So, but like, I mean, I know everything that happens. Like, nothing that's going to happen is going to surprise me because like you spend
Because
enough time in
you've
a
watched the
fandom, you don't
campaign.
even have. Yeah, and like, well, you spend enough time in a fandom, you don't even have to watch any of it, and you can just know, like, what happens because you spend enough time in a fandom, and you're gonna find spoilers. There's no
Yeah.
way if you're in the Critical Role fandom, you're not
You
getting
don't know what's
spoilers.
going on, yeah.
Yeah, especially because one campaign has things that lead into the second campaign that leads into the third campaign, especially if you're watching the third campaign. I am behind in the third campaign now. So, and I need to catch up. So, but especially to find out what the fuck's happening with the
What the fuck
moon.
is happening?
It's just like, okay, they might destroy a planet. So it's fine. It's
Why
fine.
not?
Why not? Just trigger a second calamity. That's
It's fine.
fine.
It's
It's
totally
just
fine.
it's just interesting to see what they're doing because and figuring out what I want to put from that into my
Into
campaign
ours.
because I had different plans for one area you guys are going into, and then I read one of the comic books they released, and I'm like,
Oh.
oh, I need to change some things because I want to like I
Like
want to do this.
we can't have that.
So yeah, so I had to change some stuff and delightfully change some stuff, but I did change some things. So but yeah, so but I'm not currently watching or catching up with any of those campaigns because I've been listening to a Lord of the Rings game instead. So which is very good. So it's the
By the
Unpredicted
way,
Party.
one
Huh?
of the well, not one of the a podcast that I am gonna check out, and you probably like it too, is called Probably Science.
Okay.
Just a bunch of comedians talking about things they think is science. Sounds hilarious.
Okay. Well, that's cool. Um, for anybody who's interested in Lord of the Rings, you guys can go listen to the Lord of the Rings RPG called The Unpredicted Party. Um, I really would like the Free League Publishing put out a game called The One Ring, and it's basically like a D&D esque game, but set in like Middle Earth, which is great. And I've never read any of the Lord of the Rings books or like Tolkien's books, and does make it a little confusing of knowing whether they're talking about a place or a person. Because some of these names are like, is Gondolin a place or a person? It's a place. It's just like, is Lothlorien a place or a person? About Gladriel, and it's just like, it's a place or a person. So I have played the
Eh.
place or person game with this on occasion because like some of them I've heard of. I've heard of
Okay.
Lothlorien, I've heard of Gladriel, like and all that stuff. But sometimes they throw out names out there, and I'm like,
Like, I don't know.
judging by
I'm
the
not too
context,
sure.
I can't tell whether you're referring to a place or a person. So I've Googled a couple of things. It's really like their show is really, really good. I will give them that. It's definitely I could never like be the game master for it because I just do not know enough about the world of the Lord of
Right.
the Rings. I would love for Aaron to do it one day and like us play what Aaron like is a game master just because she would know all of the things
Yeah.
that she needs to know for it. So like that would be
And we're
really cool.
just, yep, go for it.
Yeah, and which I think in a lot of ways would be really really interesting and really fun. But and they're also in the process of coming out with a D&D compatible version of the game so that you can use it
Ooh.
in a D&D campaign instead of just
Okay.
because the current version of it has its own rule set. It has its own like everything, and it has its own like characters and like
Okay.
classes and everything like that. But they're working on a version that you can put in D&D and you use it with the D&D mechanics. So I think that would be really
Cool.
cool. It's like I would really like to do that, but I would definitely um require somebody else to be the game
To do
master
it?
because I could not do
Not.
that. So, but I think it would be really cool. Need to get Aaron to do that for us one day. Just be like,
Like,
hey,
Aaron, we need you to DM.
yeah, just like, can you like run like a Lord of the Rings one shot for
And
us?
she'll just be like,
Because
what?
yeah, she'd probably be like, no.
No.
But it's really really entertaining to listen to the Unpredicted Party do it. Don Marshall probably knows more about Lord of the Rings than literally anybody maybe ever. So, by the way,
Fair.
this episode is not sponsored by any of the podcasts that we've been talking about,
Not at all. This is just
but we
us
recommend
talking
them
shit.
all. But we recommend the ones we're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
because anybody who likes Lord of the Rings, you don't actually have to know a lot about Lord of the Rings to do it. Like I'm getting by with literally just having seen the movies and the TV show, and that's it. Like that's all I'm getting
Yeah, I've
by
only
with.
seen the movies, so.
Yeah. So like that's all you have to really have like seen to understand it. So, but it is very entertaining. So I definitely recommend it. And I am catching up on it. I'm on episode 16 out of 25 at the moment. So it's not over. It's just that there's only 25 I think episodes out at the moment.
Okay.
But it's very good. They're very long too, like the way D&D campaigns are and stuff like that. So it's been keeping me entertained at work. So I've been listening to them while I've been working. And it is one of the things that is making work not awful. So
Yeah.
that's good. So I
Work,
like listening.
not awful, because, work is very, very
Awful.
awful.
So I enjoyed listening to podcasts and I'm caught up on all my other podcasts too. So like the D&D is for nerds one I'm fully caught up on, and that took me a while too because like that was a lot of binging one episode after the other too. So I guess guys, here's our random podcast plug for other podcasts. Like all of a sudden, like we've
Right?
never
It's
done
like,
that before.
hey,
Like,
go check
hey,
these people out.
you want to listen to a D&D campaign? You can check out our campaign, which is the Nameless City campaign, which is found in our feed on literally anywhere you listen to your podcast for us. If you're looking for other D&D podcasts, I'd start with D&D is for Nerds because they're really funny. And Adam Carnivale does DM different versions of D&D, like the different editions. Because the current edition of D&D and the one that we play is 5e, so the 5th edition.
Okay.
He plays some of the other ones too on there. I believe he plays 3.5 in the beginning. I think 4 at one point, and then he does do 5 several times as well.
Okay.
So, and he look, I can never troll you guys as much as Adam Carnivale manages to troll his players. He also actively does try to kill people. So like I have yet to actively try to kill you. So and it's very amusing.
Yet. You have
Yeah.
actively to yet kill us.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, I could not actively try to kill you the way Adam Carnivale tries to kill his characters. So it's he does it in such a hilarious way, and I definitely recommend D&D is for Nerds. Any of their campaigns, literally just any of them. If you want to listen to a cat try to murder somebody, start with campaign 1. Because Jigalump is amazing, best D&D cat, I swear. Besides
Jigalump.
Myth, yeah, Jigalump.
I like it.
Who belongs to the wizard Criff Pum Pum Criff. The magical works of
Criff?
Jackson Bailey.
Pum Pum Criff.
Yes. So.
Crim Pum Pum Criff. I like that.
So yeah, but yeah, we've got some recommendations out there. If you want to listen to the science podcast, you can go listen to what was the podcast you were talking about, honey?
Probably science.
Probably Science. You can go listen to them. If you want to listen to some other millennials besides us complain about the world, you can go listen to 30 Dirty and Dying.
Oh yeah, they're great.
They are podcast friends of ours, so you definitely go check them out. And yeah, I guess we just spent the last few minutes of this episode just kind of plugging other people. So
I mean, why not?
Yeah, there's no like affiliation with anybody. There's no ads. Like this isn't sponsorships or anything like that. This is just us. These are the things we enjoy. We hope you enjoy them too. So
Enjoy it.
and so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the next episodes of The Legend of Vox Machina with us. We will be continuing this series. It will take us a little while because we are alternating this series with Hell of a Boss. I'll probably end up finishing Hell of a Boss before we finish this one, just because Hell of a Boss is a heck of a lot less episodes than this one does.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I hope you guys have been enjoying it. We will see you for the next bout of campaigns in the worlds of D&D, and then just all kinds of stuff. I was gonna say Armenian History Month, but I'm pretty sure this episode comes out the next month. So
all right,
we hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We will
enjoy the rambling.
Enjoy the rambling. We will see you guys next time. And yeah, just hit us up on our social medias if you'd like to see more of us or just see us, because technically we're just disembodied voices that you listen to. So
yeah, we're just us. Just
yeah.
us.
So that wasn't mildly creepy or anything like that. No, not at all. Thank you all so much for listening. I guess maybe we'll see you next time. Yep. Say goodbye, honey.
Goodbye, honey. Tune in next week for more fuckery because we have some serious questions and concerns.
What is wrong with us?
You want to know something else that's gross?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
You're gonna
This
hear
is
it
where I'm
anyway.
ending the recording.